13 Reasons Why, the world's favorite show when the best mental health representation has finally arrived with their latest season and final season, because this show is now coming back and I'm so happy about it. The show should have definitely ended back in season 1, but we're here with 4 seasons, but no more. And I think that's something that we all should be thankful for. I've been pretty busy in quarantine, so busy that I didn't exactly film videos for like 2 weeks. I was so busy having a Criminal Minds binge watch marathon. But hey, don't judge. I finished the 15 seasons of Criminal Minds, which I have a lot of thoughts, but I'm not gonna make a video about that unless you want to. And I finished it right in time to watch season 4 of 13 Reasons Why. So here I am, gonna make a commentary of that amazing show. So enjoy. Also, I feel the need to put a warning. If you haven't watched the show, don't watch the video because there's gonna be a lot of spoilers. So if you haven't watched the show, goodbye. This is your cue to click out. But before, subscribe to my channel so you can enjoy my amazing, non-awful content. And also follow me on my social media where I used to say that I'm very active on it, but I'm not. So I'm gonna leave a few links in my description box for petitions that you can sign, places you can donate for the Black Lives Matter, and you know, cause I'm also gonna leave a link for videos where all the revenue is gonna go to the to fundraisers for the Black Lives Matter movement, in case you can't really donate. So 13 Reasons Why, where do I begin? As you can tell, I don't really like the show. I'm not gonna pretend I like it because I don't. But yeah, I guess I should begin giving like a few briefing of the past 3 seasons before I talk about the 4th. Okay, so a summary of what 13 Reasons Why is about a girl that commits suicide. She made a few tapes, 13 to be exact. Each tape is dedicated to someone that has some kind of impact in her life, and that's basically what season 1 is about. You know, she killed herself and people are listening. Clay Jensen, her best friend, he's listening to the tapes and kind of going back to all the events that happened. And yeah, and then season 2 follows up Hannah's parents' lawsuit against the school. And when everyone goes to trial, we find more information about the events that happened on the tapes, and we also find out that Hannah was not the only girl that was raped by Bryce. And then season 3, what is it? Oh, season 3, Bryce Walker dies, someone kills him, and basically the whole season 3 is about finding out who killed him and framing somebody, and frame Monty for the murder of Bryce. And then on season 4, people are trying to find out who framed Monty and other things happening in season 4. That was a very short summary, but yeah. I think I'm gonna start with the characters because I think that's just the best way to go further. I'm gonna begin with Clay. I fucking hate Clay. Like, he's the most annoying character there is. There's no way I can sympathize with him. Like, I just can't, because he's annoying. He's an asshole, a judgmental asshole. I fucking hate him. So in this season, we see him seeing a therapist that apparently has seen this therapy since like the 4th grade. But he wasn't introduced until this season. You know, Clay is having this like his anxiety is going really bad, and he's dealing with a lot of shit, like always. Most of it because he puts himself in those situations. Clay needs zero help. but like serious help. And everything that he did, he got no consequence whatsoever. Like, he vandalized the school, no consequence. He yelled at the principal on his face, no consequence. He grabbed a gun in the school shooting drill, no consequence. Everything that he does, no consequence. And somehow he graduated, somehow he got into, I think he got into college. I just don't get it. Ani is still annoying. Those episodes that she disappeared for some reason in a few episodes, and to be honest, those were the episodes that I enjoyed the most. And like, the reason why I don't like Ani, I mean, most people don't like Ani. I think the reason is because I really hate when new characters are introduced to the story, and just within 5 minutes they're like, they know everything and they're so into the story, and I just hate that. Now that we're talking about that, who the fuck is Charlie? Can someone tell me? We see him literally in the first 5 minutes of season 4, and I don't remember him in season 3. I don't think he was in season 3. And for some reason, he was so brushed off, like, oh yeah, this is Charlie, the quarterback, also bisexual, okay. And then he starts having a relationship with Alex, which, hey, I don't dislike Charlie. It's just, why was he introduced so abruptly? Like, I wish they would have worked that way up, you know, not just like, the first 5 minutes he was already hanging out with Zach and Alex and just everyone, and everyone's like, yeah, Charlie, like he has been here since season 1, and no. So Alex is gay. There's a new character that's introduced, which is Winston. He was actually in like 2 episodes in season 3, I think, or maybe just 1 episode. He's actually Monty's alibi. You know, he's the one that can prove that Monty wasn't the one who killed Bryce. But obviously, since Monty wasn't out, he couldn't exactly say anything. So he's introduced in the new season because he gets transferred to their high school, and he's trying to find out who framed Monty. So he's like the antagonist in this season. I like Winston. I don't know if I like him because he looks like Timothée Chalamet. Maybe that's why. Let's talk about Justin. So Justin is one of my favorite characters, probably because the actor is hot. So in this season, he gets an interesting storyline. We've known since season 2 he has been dealing with his drug addiction and trying to get clean, and in season 4 he finally gets clean. He's working with the steps and going to meetings, and he's doing really good with his recovery. But then they decide to go down the line that he has HIV positive. Now, that's not the problem with him having HIV problem, you know, knowing where he came from, and that he was sexually assaulted, and knowing everything he has gone through. Okay, it's not a very crazy idea. But they said that the HIV developed to be AIDS. Now, from the little research that I did, for HIV to turn into AIDS, it takes a long time. It's not something that happens overnight or just in a matter of weeks. It happens in a matter of years. I'm not 100% educated in this subject, so if I'm wrong, let me know. But as far as I know, AIDS doesn't happen overnight. It's not something that, oh, I'm HIV positive, and then bam, next week, oh, it has turned to AIDS. So maybe if they would have come with the narrative that he is HIV positive since the beginning of the show, maybe it would have been better. But then that's not the worst part. The worst part is that he dies in the last episode. So he dies within days of being diagnosed. That doesn't happen. Like, it doesn't. For you to die of AIDS, like, it's not something that happens in a matter of weeks. It takes years. It's something that slowly deteriorates you. That it's not that fast. Like, Justin's storyline was doing well until they decided to give him AIDS and kill him off in just a matter of 2 episodes. Like, why? Why? So I really dislike how it went, because we've seen him struggling with his addiction and himself and his relationship with Jess, and then his character arc was doing so well, but then they have to kill him. It just doesn't make sense to me, and I completely hate it. Another character that got ruined was Zach. So I like Zach because out of all the jokes, I think he's the only one who actually has a heart. I think he's the only one who deserves better, and the only one that I think it's a nice human being. And just the only one who wasn't a total dick. So in this season, they decided to go down the path of him having a drinking problem, which I don't know if they did it because of comedic effect, because I mean those scenes were kind of funny. The thing that annoyed me, this scene really annoyed me, which was at a party, I think it was at prom, and he's wasted and his date was also really drunk and unconscious, and she was in the bed and he was with his pants unbuttoned and just looking at her. And then people get into the scene, I think it was Clay and somebody else, and take him out. But like, it kind of annoys me because I'm rewatching season 1 right now. I'll explain why. But I'm rewatching season 1 right now, and he's like the only one who kind of, I don't want to say stood up for Hannah, but he's the one who wasn't there, who wasn't for the whole raping and sexual assault thing. He wasn't, I mean, yeah, he hung out with Bryce, and I'm not trying to justify that, but still, you know, he was the nicest out of everyone. And just like that, they're destroying the whole character arc they were building from the beginning. It's like, it's so out of character for him to just do that. So I hated that. And then the car crash. So at the same party, you know, Clay and Zach, they're both really drunk, and they get into the car. It was Zach's car and Clay's driving. So Drake starts to speed up, and then obviously the car crashes because you shouldn't drunk drive. But anyway, so the car kind of goes up a few feet and literally like twists. How do I say it? Like turns? I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a very bad car crash. And not only did Clay get out of there unharmed, Zach, he also left Zach there. So like he just ran away from the scene. He flew the scene. He left his friend in the car crash. Zach, he wasn't even that harmed. You know, he got like a broken arm, and I think that's it. That car crash was really severe, and that's all that happened to him. So Tony starts fighting, and I think he does like 2 fights, and he got a scholarship for fighting. And everyone, or I think everyone, got into their university of choice. Like, how did they find the time to do well in school and to maintain a somewhat good GPA? I just don't get it. It doesn't really make sense to me. It never made sense to me when shows do that, because you see them doing everything except going to school, and somehow they like, I don't understand how Clay got into, I just don't get it. You know, they did a fucking riot, like all the shit that Clay did, and he still got into college. As far as I know, college not only look at grades, they also look at your behavior and just. So I've seen a lot of like fans' reaction and their opinions, and most people say that the best season so far. I don't think I agree. I don't like any season, to be honest. And the thing is, when this season, because I'm trying to figure out how I feel, and I think I feel overwhelmed because there were too many things happening at the same time. It felt like 2020. Too many shit happening all at once. How many things happened in this season? We got a fucking riot, a school shooting drill. Like, please, people from United States, please explain to me. Did you actually get school shooting drills? You know, like when they do a drill about like, oh, in case an earthquake happens or a fire is going on, like they show you what to do in case a school shooting happens. And do they also teach you how to heal a bullet wound? Because that's not even first aids. Hey, I'm all for people knowing first aids. I want to know first aids myself, because I feel like if something happens, I'm just gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna fucking die. Like, please let me know if they teach you this type of stuff in school. I know America is fucked, but do they actually teach you that? This decision is horrible because Addison Montgomery is not in it. So we got a school shooting drill, we got racism, riots, we got everything, you know. No one in 13 Reasons Why ever faces consequences or repercussions for anything that they do. The whole thing when the parents is stalking them, like, I'm pretty sure that is not even legal, you know. And the fact that there was not one parent who thought, hey, maybe we shouldn't be spying on our kids, maybe we shouldn't be doing this. The fact that everyone agreed to do it is just part of the problem. I feel like 13 Reasons Why tries to be skins and fails so bad because they don't know what to do. What I will say is that season 4 made me want to rewatch the whole season. And now here's the thing, I hated 13 Reasons Why, and the reason why I hate it is because of the lack of mental health awareness and just too graphic. I don't like when things are too graphic, but for some reason I feel the need to rewatch it. I'm actually rewatching it. So this season was supposed to be about Who Framed Monty, and you know, Winston and the police department and the jocks, you know, Diego and company, you know, trying to find out who framed Monty. But they stop at episode 3. Like, they just completely forget the purpose and they just run off to school shooting drills and riots and all of that. Another thing, so Winston and Alex. So, in this season, Alex also come out as gay, and we're all here, we're all so happy for you. And he starts dating Winston, and literally a week from dating him, he breaks up with him because Clay and Ani once again is in people's business, and they tell Alex that Winston is Monty's alibi and he's trying to find out who framed him. And obviously Alex, he's the one who killed Bryce. So he goes in, he breaks up with Winston, and that's it. That's the end of their interactions, which I personally hated because Winston says to Zach in the episode Win the Drill that he loves Alex and that he wanted to know why Alex broke up with him abruptly, without an explanation. If you really loves, because he said on the present tense, if you love someone and you have no idea why that person broke up with you, why? I don't know. I've never been in a relationship, but I feel like what I would do is I would try to talk to them, and be like, hey, did I do something wrong? What happened here? I thought we were okay. Try to find out what happened. But I guess Winston didn't really felt the need to do that. And then there's the whole anticlimactic ending, which I knew was gonna happen. I knew Winston was gonna find out that Alex did it, or that Alex was gonna. I knew that Alex was gonna tell Winston, and I knew that Winston wasn't gonna do anything. He was gonna be like, "Hey, yeah, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna do anything. I love you. End of story. I'm gonna drop it." You know what I mean? I knew that. So, but a lot of people were kind of angry because he had an agenda from the very beginning of the season, that he was gonna find out who framed Monty and he was gonna do something about it, but obviously he didn't. But I don't know, I thought that was kind of predictable from the beginning, especially when he started dating Alex. I knew that he wasn't gonna do anything, but I guess it wasn't really that obvious. I feel like in this season they tried to fix everything, like all the criticism that they got over the past seasons, but I feel like the damage was already done and there was not much that they could do. I don't know. But I feel like 13 Reasons Why, even if it wasn't the best representation of mental health or suicide and all these important subjects, I feel like it is still started a conversation. Even if it was just to criticize the show, it has started a conversation and about mental health and suicide, which I think, in my opinion, it's always welcome. But if you want to watch a show that represents mental illnesses on teenagers and just depression and everything, I feel like Skins is a better show with better representation, and just it's more raw, more real, in my opinion. Or Euphoria is also a really good one. So yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video and give me a thumbs up if you like it, and your thoughts on the comments below. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.